Hi there, Nancy Chapin with Windermere Real Estate. This video is going to show you how you can use 3 very important tools to really leverage how to sell your house for more money. Those tools are the preparation of the house itself, making sure that it is in good shape, maybe a fresh coat of paint, some of those things. The second is staging, and not just any staging. It's got to be staging that sets you apart from everybody else, that all looks the same. And the third is photography, and how it's not just about pictures, it's about the composition as well. So come along with me while I show you some pictures and point out how we use those 3 tools to really make this place pop. Come on. This initial picture really shows that while we didn't do a lot of changes to the exterior of the house, that the composition of the photos, the saturation, the framing really makes a difference. As you can see, we painted all the trim for a nice consistent presence throughout the house. Now, these before pictures were actually the listing photos of this home prior to us taking on this project. And as you can see, the walls were a little bit darker and dingier. They even look darker in person. So we gave them a refresh, and obviously staging and a different angle and composition on the photos made a world of difference. Now, we thought about doing a whole lot more to this space. In particular, that tile floor could have gone easily, but it was underneath all the built-ins. So we drew a line for a budget standpoint. But obviously the painting out of the cabinets really brightened up that space. In particular, the collection of old radios in that staging really were wonderful. The composition of the photo also really functions in showing both that space as well as the eating nook and the kitchen. Showcasing this space so came to life with the lighter color on the wall, the staging, and the composition just gives you such a different sense of that space. It warms it up, it connects the rooms, it shows you more of that kitchen. Hard to believe it's really the same space. Sometimes it really is just the little things like some new light fixtures and a mirror and art on the wall, as well as getting rid of that darn wide-angle lens that just distorts every room. This tighter shot really gives a much better sense of that space. The eating nook is another example where the composition of the photos, the ability of the photographer to have the outside be visible so that the lighting's not blown out, and just a little bit of light staging really makes that a much more appealing and inviting space. Again, it's the wide-angle lens and the red blinds that I think are so distracting in that initial photo. Being able to have the saturation so you can see the inside and outside, as well as being able to tell that you can fit a king-size bed in there. It just gives you so much more information about the room. There were some detailed updates and repairs we had to do in that kitchen that aren't as obvious in those pictures, with fixed cabinet doors. We replaced that countertop so it was consistent, and the staging in the glass front cabinets really accentuate the height of the room, making it more spacious. We put a little bit more time and effort into this room given that the seals had failed in all those windows. So we replaced the windows, lightened up the room with paint, and with the staging and a completely different composition of the room, really made it much more of an inviting space and shows you how much room you have for side tables and a queen-size bed. The transformation of the mother-in-law apartment was pretty significant from the previous listing to ours, as you can tell by the photos. The main area of the mother-in-law apartment really got a facelift when we added the recessed lights into the ceiling. Obviously, that staging helps really give a sense of proportion and space, and it looked amazing. The biggest, most obvious transformation took place in the primary bathroom upstairs. As you can tell, it had a very specific appeal before, and we really just gave it a big refresh to help it appeal to the masses and lighten it up pretty significantly. And there you have it, a perfect example of how property prep, staging, and photography can really change the presentation of a home so that more people feel all those good feelings when they see the pictures online, so that they want to see it in person, fall completely in love, and want to buy it. If that appeals to you and you'd like to see what we would do with your place, please give us a shout and we'd love to connect and talk further with you. Take good care.